Hello, hello. This is Parker Glynn-Adey with Math A29. In lecture, a couple of people said, what would be a 10 out of 10 answer to this domain and range question? And it's a very interesting meta question. I like it a lot. So I sat down, I tried my best, I wrote out what I think is an awesome answer to these questions. So yeah, let's go through it. So what do we want to see in a solution? Well, we want to see that you understand what is being asked. You really know what is being asked in the question. Secondly, we want to see that you understand what you are doing as you're solving the problem. We want to see your thought process happening on paper. And thirdly, we want you to communicate clearly, okay? Of these three things, the first and last are somewhat routine. It's very easy to get high marks. The hard part is to explain your understanding of what you're doing, to do part B, okay? As human beings, we have a deep need to understand and to be understood. What we're trying to get at is we're trying to get at that communication, that understanding other people, being understood. So with that in place, let's get into the solution. Okay, so I've tried to color code it according to those three things. So here's the question. Find the domain and range of f of x, which is the square root of x minus 6. A very routine thing, a very easy thing is to state what you need to do. First, we find the domain. If x is in the domain, then the square root of x minus 6 is defined. So here we're writing out the definition of what we're looking for. Very straightforward. Then we get into the harder part, the orange part of the solution, where we have to actually come up with an idea. In order for this square root x minus 6 to be defined, we need x minus 6 to be bigger than or equal to 0, because we cannot get the square root of a negative number, right? Square root's not defined for negative numbers. The root will be defined for all x bigger than or equal to 6, right? That's what we need. We need the root to be defined. Therefore, our domain is all of the x such that x is bigger than or equal to 6, which we could also write in interval notation. Okay, this last part, communicating our final work, somewhat routine. So the red and the green part of this solution are sort of straightforward. The orange part, we're communicating something interesting. Okay, so there's the domain. Now let's move on to the range. So we want to find the range of x minus square root x minus 6. If y is in the range, then y is the square root of x minus 6 for some value of x. We note that the square roots are always positive by definition. So we must have that y is bigger than or equal to 0, because y is a square root. So we pick a value bigger than or equal to 0, and we find an x value that is set to it. So let's consider x to be y squared plus 6. If we plug in that value of x, we get the square root of x minus 6 is the square root of y squared plus 6 minus 6, square root of y squared, and that will be equal to y. That's beautiful. Okay, that does exactly the thing that we needed it to do. Thus, y is the output corresponding to the input. Okay, so we wind up with a range. Any value y greater than or equal to 0 occurs in our range. Okay, so we write that out because we found a input for every single one of those outputs. Perfect. Okay, beautiful. So there's a solution. I had to take several attempts at it. I wrote it several times. I realized, oh, I'm missing some stuff. Oh, I got to add that. Oh, I got to explain that more. And this is what I came up with. So when you're writing up your solutions and you're writing up these very wordy explanations, take a couple attempts at it. Write out something, erase, realize you need to add more. Okay. I want to close with a thought about how you can test if your solution is reasonable, if it accomplishes those three things. So, call this the human test. Could someone other than you understand your thought process by reading exactly what you wrote and nothing else? So go back in the video a bit, check out what I was saying when I was talking about my solution. It was very, very, very close to what was written, okay? using just the stuff on paper, you can understand my complete solution to this problem. So the good news about the human test is that there's humans all over the place. There's other students, there's TAs, there's me. We're all humans. We're all happy to read your stuff. We'll all give you feedback on how you could improve it. So please bring your solutions to people, see if they can understand what you mean exactly as you wrote it. Okay. This is a new skill for you. This is going to take some time to develop. We're going to do multiple homeworks. We're going to develop the skill together. So try some stuff out. It'll probably work out. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in a lecture soon. Bye-bye.